Well, hey there, guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's Boardman here. I'm glad you're finally here for a festive mood for a wonderful Christmas season of the year. So it is finally December. I have decided to do another reading out for you guys. So I'll show you a book I've got. I've got How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is written by Dr Seuss. This is a classic children's storybook which is set in Christmas, so perhaps you might be familiar with, which is set in Whoville. So I'll show you pictures when I read to you. Okay, shall I begin the story for you guys? How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Every Who down in the Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who just lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas. The whole Christmas season now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave from a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in the town. For he knew every Who down in the Whoville beneath was now busy hanging the mistletoe wreath, and they were hanging their stockings. They snurred with a snare. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled, with his grit fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming, for tomorrow he knew. All of the Who's and girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh, the noise. Oh, the noise. Noise. That's one he hated. The noise. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast, and they feast. They would feast on Who pudding and wear Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in the Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They had stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They'd sin, and they sin, and they sin, and the more Grinch thought of his Who Christmas sing, the more Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for the 53 years I've put up with it now, I must stop this Christmas from coming. Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quite quick Santa Claus hat and a coat, and he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick, with his coat and his hat. I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since a reindeer says there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No. The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog, Max, then he took some red thread and he tried a big horn on his top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a rumskull sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, "Get up," and the sleigh started down towards the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in the town. All the windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, this is stop number 1. The old Grinchy Claus hissed and climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue. When the little Who stockings all hang in a row, these stockings, he grinned, are the things to go. Then he slithered and slunk, with a smile most unpleasant, around the whole room, and he took every present, pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch, very numbly, stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, the Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tray. He started to shove when they heard the small sound like a coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. He stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know, the old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought it up the lie, and he thought it up quick. Why, my little sweet tut, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that wouldn't light on one side, so I'm taking it home to my bookshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her back to bed. And when Sandy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for the fire. Then he went up the chimney himself. The old liar, on the walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire, and the one speck of food then he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for the mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's house, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 1:15 dawn. All of the Who's still abed. All of the Who's still a snooze. When he packed up his sleigh, he packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and a stencil, the trimmings, the trappings. "3,000 feet high, up the side of the Mount Crimp. But he rode with his load to the tip-top and to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's. He was cringishly humming. They finding out now that no Christmas coming. They are just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths were open and a middle too. Then the Who's down in the Whoville will all cry boo-hoo. "That's a noise," grinned the Grinch, "that I simply must hear." So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, if this sounded merry, it couldn't be so. But it was merry fairy. It stirred down under Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes, then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or the other, it came just the same. And the Grinch was his Grinch feet, cold feet in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could that be so? It came without ribbons, and it came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags, and he puzzled 3 hours, till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't came from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. He himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. The end. So, I hope you enjoyed the story of the Grinch who was tempted to stop Christmas from coming in Whoville. I think it is perfect for readers to read during their Christmas time every year. So, this is a really special gift to bring the holiday traditions in between the friends and family from all over the world. This is a splendid festive season to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ in Bethlehem, especially an activity every year. So, I hope you enjoyed this video when I read How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It was very inspiring. I'll see you on the next video. So, always remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification and don't miss out on future contents. As we're in our festive moods during Christmas season. Okay then, so I'll see you soon on the next videos in the Christmas season. Okay? I'll see you soon.